This was one of the most unique fisheries that I've ever gotten to experience. Can you believe this?
When you see the quantity of fish, in some place more fish than water.
You know, the Dorado is a pretty unique fish in itself. They are the king of the river.
Another one chased me right up here. Come on, stay on.
I haven't caught them in moving water like this, and the river is really unique.
All the way to the other side.
It's just an incredibly unique experience.
There's my beautiful Dorado.
You know, there's a really unique angler out there that spends a big part of their life searching for some of the most remote fishing destinations in the world. What typically comes with a remote fishing destination are some of the best angling opportunities for species that we don't get to see on a daily basis. 2 hours in a 206 over the jungles of Bolivia. And that crowd, that special, unique angler traveling the world, seems to be a lot of my friends. So I always have great intel into some of these new locations as they're being developed. You know, for the last hour of our flight as we were coming in, and I'm looking at the canopy below us, massive jungle, going deeper and deeper and deeper into the jungle. We're flying into the shortest airstrip in the country. We landed in a little Indian village, the Asunta Indian village. They've been there for thousands of years, still existing the same way that they did since the beginning of time.
How are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Fernando.
Fernando,
Welcome
mucho
to
gusto.
Simane.
Me llamo Carter.
The same.
All right.
Carter, nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel?
Ezekiel, yes.
All right.
You know, you've got the angler that wants to go out to these remote destinations and chase these exotic species. But even more importantly is the man and the energy to build logistically a lodge in these remote areas and provide, you know, some sort of service to that traveling angler. Here's a perfect example, one of these incredibly unique off-the-grid places, Untamed Angling and their Simane project.
More importantly, I just, you know, to be here and get to experience this river with you guys, it's pretty exciting for me. I've been thinking about it for a long time.
When we say more fish than water, it's not just a speech for sell a fly fishing trip or a fishing trip. When you go to the river and you see the quantity and the number of the sábalos, which is the base in the chain food, no? The food number one for the Dorado and for the catfish and for all the predators who lives here. When you see the quantity of fish, in some place more fish than water.
Look at this. Can you believe this? Look in front of us. This is it right here, man.
As an American freshwater angler, I look at bass fishing and trout fishing and, you know, maybe dabble in catfishing or a little pike fishing. But then all of a sudden, you find a species like the Dorado in South America.
And when they spawn, are they looking for gravel and moving water?
No.
No.
Are not salmon or trouts. The Dorado spoon make a relation or way trying to get the best condition that they can get for a spoon, which means high water and a fast stream.
Dorado the greatest freshwater game fish in the world. I mean, between the environment that they live in, the size they get to, you know, the saw blade teeth that they possess, their ability to jump and fight is like almost no other fish found in moving water, which is a unique set of circumstances in itself.
Make one walk up there again. In the white water. Just a short one.
That's where the last fish was, right there.
They saw a huge one there.
The obsession of Carter Andrews is brought to you by Yeti Coolers, built for the wild. Mercury Marine, go boldly. Yozuri, fish the best. And by Shimano.
We flew in for 2 hours over the jungle, landed in this little grass strip. They picked us up in the dugout canoes. We're 200 yards upriver from camp right now, and look at this. We're in a mountain stream in Bolivia fishing for Golden Dorado.
They're up here. Straight to that rock.
You know, the Dorado is a pretty unique fish in itself. They get to unbelievable size, fish over 50 pounds. They hunt in schools, chasing down the bait fish, the sabalo.
Okay, let's keep going up with the canoe.
It's a big-headed fish with a huge mouth that can, you know, a 10-pound fish can easily eat a 1-pound bait. They are the king of the river.
Big one, big one. Oh, he's gone. Look at them all, look at them all.
Home pools is the pool that the lodge is built on.
Another one chased me right up here.
And most home pools are one of the best pools on the river. That's why they've put the lodge there. And
Another one. So, something about the hard bait and not being able to hook them. I mean, you saw how many I had?
Yeah, but the small ones. The first one was a really nice one.
First one's a nice one.
Let's try something to go deeper. There, in the main pool, I think there are some big dorados, but a little bit deeper.
this one had all the characteristics of absolutely, you know, a beautiful piece of water, you know, with rapids coming into it, rock face cliffs coming down, and, you know, a beautiful scene. You know, we're right there at the foothills, and that home pool is where we left the flatlands of the jungle to where we started climbing into the mountains.
Come on, stay on. Oh, yes. There's my beautiful Dorado. Look at them all. Look at them all. Amazing. Look at this fish. Look at that. Huh? Absolutely gorgeous, no? Huh. What a start to a day. I guess that's the release for you. Thank you. Very much.
Well done.
That was incredible.
Yeah, I need to really set the hook on them.
Well, I
The
think
mouth is really strong.
well, I think they're biting the plastic so
Yeah,
hard,
yeah.
and it's not sliding through, where the fly
And then-
slides through his
yeah.
mouth. Right?
Yeah.
All right. There he is. Might jump again right here, right now. Oh my, look at this thing. What a magnificent animal. Unbelievable.
You know, even though the Dorado has saw-like scissor-cutting teeth, for the most part they eat, you know, their fish whole.
Woo! No, we're walking back and the guides go, one just rolled right there. I cast, boom, he piled on it.
Well done, well done.
It was a nice one. Incredible, incredible afternoon.
This was one of the most unique fisheries that I've ever gotten to experience. You know, I've caught Dorado before. I haven't caught them in moving water like this. A lot of your salmon fishermen and steelhead fishermen, you know, swinging a fly to a fish that's as aggressive as the Dorado is just an incredibly unique experience.
Near them, close to them, maybe 1 meter or maybe less. Yeah, in front of them, and wait a little, and they will follow the fly.
This is so unique for fly fishermen to be able to cast a fly into very specific areas that are holding these Dorado and feel confident that you're going to catch them.
That's a little one. Oh, there's a big one. That was behind them. You want me to go again? I see them.
And to be honest with you, a Dorado on fly is probably one of the most spectacular game fish on fly that you can catch.
Oh, he's gone. That was a big one in the rapids.
We'll find them in the next pool.
You know, rivers are pretty unique in themselves. It's a moving body of water. It's a living thing.
All the way to the other side?
The Dorados are in between that log and the shore.
This river in Bolivia, a freestone river flowing out of the jungle.
Oh, no te puedo creer.
Sorry, buddy. Little one?
No, it's a nice one, but we keep swimming with the same speed.
Well, that's where he was, right there, man.
Okay, let's keep going up.
I love all the boats that I've had the opportunity to fish in, but to get in this 30-foot wooden dugout canoe running up and down a river in Bolivia was an experience just in itself.
You want to get out right here?
How often do you really get to spend time in a canoe that was dug out from one of the trees on the side of the riverbank? We start running upriver, and home pool has a set of rapids at the top of it, and I'm thinking that we're literally all going to be hand over hand dragging, and then all of a sudden they just buzz right up it like they do it every day.
Woo! Unbelievable.
You know, the canoe was a really important piece of equipment. Most of the time stopping the canoe upstream and walking down and getting into position.
You see that white water in the middle?
Yeah.
That's a fish. It's not a rock. It's a really big fish.
All right, well, I need to cast from here then.
And these fish are pretty sensitive. You know, you start kicking rocks around and rolling over rocks and throw a couple bad casts, they're sensitive to that.
The second one, I see a rock there.
Okay, there's a fish.
On the other side of the rock?
No, it's not a rock, it's a fish.
Your first cast is the best cast.
Don't you think I'm better off staying below him and casting to him? I mean, if I walk up there, he's spooking.
After that, your percentages are going down.
Just 1 meter or maybe more in front of him
Yeah, I got it.
and let it drift a little. He didn't see the fly. Further up.
Just spooked. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one.
You know, I'm showing up at the lodge with almost perfect water conditions. A couple more inches would help. With these low, clear water conditions, the fish are getting stacked up in certain pools and they're a little spooky, and we have to be really careful about how we approach them.
What are they eating on the surface? Dorado.
Yeah, it's a Dorado. I think it's a pacu.
Oh, and the Dorado was something else?
Yeah, that's a pacu.
And the Dorado just happened to jump right there.
I think so, yeah.
It's pulling harder than that little Dorado.
Yeah, it's a pacu. That's not that little Dorado.
No, it's not that little Dorado. That's amazing how hard these things can fight, but they're so wide, you know, they're like a permit.
You can walk here if you want.
No, it's the Dorado.
Oh, it's fighting.
Foul hook Dorado. That's why it was fighting so hard.
Yeah.
Kind of the way the day's been going, but that's all right, man. Thank you. What an incredible day. We saw, how many miles of river was that we just did? 6 miles?
Yeah, maybe.
Every turn is just another beautiful view, man.
The Obsession of Carter Andrews is brought to you by CV Boats. Lead the way. Cuda Fishing Tools. Fierce, tough, proven. Ray Marine. Don't just go fishing. Go hunting underwater with Ray Marine. Traeger Wood-Fired Grills. Taste the wood-fire difference. And additional support provided by the following brands.
We're in the lower part of the river. We're below camp. So we've left the mountains kind of, and now we're down in this, I'm not going to say it's
The water yesterday when we were fishing upstream was really clear,
Yeah.
and was a little tougher. I think that here the water is a little dirtier.
But this is a totally different character of the river. You know, yesterday it was more rocks,
Yeah,
and
we're fishing
in
a mountain
canyons and
river.
A mountain river.
Yeah, this is like a flat river full of sand, bank sand. There are many logs. There's more structure to fish.
I like fishing structure.
Yeah, it's great. Because
You know, then these fish can come out and ambush. You know, you're swinging a fly by structure instead of just
Yeah.
in a big pool.
yeah, mostly when the fish are in between the logs or in that kind of structures, they're eating, they're feeding.
Downstream from the home pool was, and not quite so many rapid, pool and rapid, pool and rapid.
This is set up perfect for fishing a fly, man.
Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. They're coming there.
On the other side,
In the start of the fast water here, right in the middle, there.
I see them.
I really can appreciate a great guide.
Is that them right there?
Go a little closer, cast longer. The same cast, but a little longer.
And how disciplined he is in his area, in his environment.
You want to cast up there, Carter.
On the other side?
Yeah, in the next fast water there.
Ezekiel knew the river so well. It was amazing how many times he called the fish before I caught him.
There he is. You said, don't worry, it'll work. Nice fish. That's great, man. You like guiding here?
Something like this.
Something like this? You know, the character of this river and just being able to throw streamers into all of this structure and expecting it literally every cast getting bit by one of these Dorado. I mean, they're spectacular fish, huh?
Is that a Dorado or is it a pacu?
So painful. And the biggest ones don't jump, and we'll never know.
You look up and down the river and hear 30 logs and root wads and whatnot. And we would go to a specific one and he'd be cast your fly just upstream and swing it in front of that root wad, and there's gonna be a fish there.
First cast in that run. I think he likes that big black fly.
Nice.
Look at this beautiful fish. You know, to think about finding fish like this in these jungle streams with these kind of teeth, I mean, this is like the jaguar of the river.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're hunting everything there in the fast water, waiting everything.
I mean, but the gold and the black spots, the modeling on his head is just amazing to me. I can't believe that fish is sitting in that fast water. He's sitting in faster water than trout sit in.
Yeah.
You know?
Right in the fast water and just waiting everything, crossing in front of them.
It was amazing how often he was able to call the shots.
There he is.
Oh, that's a huge one.
Oh. Ezekiel, right where you said he'd be, on that rock.
Yeah,
Huh?
they are always around that rock there. The big one.
Unbelievable. He's kind of like me, Gordo. He's
big
been
boy.
eating,
It's a big boy.
good.
Yeah?
He's a big boy. What a fish.
Let's try to land the fish there. There's a beach
I got him.
behind you.
Yep. Look at this thing. Are you kidding me? That's why you come to Bolivia, to hang out with Untamed Angling. Right there. That's Untamed. That's incredible. I'm fortunate to get to fish a lot of really unique places and meet some really, really cool people. But to be able to share this moment with you guys in the jungles of Bolivia, catching certainly one of the greatest freshwater predators in the world is like nothing I've ever experienced. And you know, I still got 4 more days of this. That's incredible.